When my wife, Rachel, told me she needed space, I thought it was just another rough patch. We'd been married 8 years, long enough to know love isn't always fireworks and perfection. But the way she said it that night, her eyes cold and voice distant, I knew something deeper had changed. "I just need time to figure out if this is what I really want," she said, packing a small bag. My throat tightened. "Rachel, what are you talking about?" She wouldn't meet my eyes. "I just feel like I'm missing something." Missing something. Those 2 words burned themselves into my mind. I watched her leave, my heart heavy but my pride refusing to stop her. Days turned into weeks. I went to work, came home to an empty house, and slept on my side of the bed out of habit. I told myself she'd come back once she realized the world wasn't what she imagined. But one night, curiosity won. I checked her social media. She looked happy, too happy. Smiling in restaurants, laughing at bars, posing in dresses she used to call too bold. I felt like a ghost watching my own life being lived without me. Then one morning, I got a message from her best friend, Lisa. "She's seeing someone." My chest tightened, but I didn't reply. I didn't need the details. The truth was enough. She wanted to see if life was better elsewhere, and I was done chasing what didn't want to be held. Instead of drowning in pain, I turned my energy toward rebuilding myself. I started running again, reconnected with old friends, and threw myself into work. I began a renovation business I'd always dreamed of, and within months, it took off. I lost weight, grew more confident, and started smiling again, not to prove a point, but because I'd finally remembered who I was before I became someone's second choice. 6 months later, I was at a charity event for local businesses when I heard a familiar laugh. I turned and froze. It was Rachel. She looked beautiful, but tired in a way that makeup couldn't hide. She saw me too, and the color drained from her face. "Ethan," she whispered. I nodded politely. "Rachel." She approached me slowly, eyes scanning me like she was seeing me for the first time. "You look different." I smiled faintly. I could say the same. Before she could respond, the event organizer called my name to the stage. I gave a short talk about resilience, about how sometimes losing something forces you to grow in ways you never imagined. When I finished, the room applauded, and Rachel just stood there, staring. Afterward, she waited for me outside. "You've really changed," she said softly. "Guess I had to," I replied. Her voice trembled. "I didn't think you'd move on this fast." I met her eyes. "You didn't think I could, you mean?" She flinched. Silence hung between us for a long time before she said, "The guy I left with, it didn't work out. He wasn't who I thought he was." I nodded, calm. "The grass isn't always greener, Rachel. Sometimes it's just painted." Tears welled in her eyes. "I made a mistake," she whispered. "I thought I was missing something, but it was you. It was us." I exhaled slowly. "You weren't missing me, Rachel. You were missing peace. And that's something you have to find on your own." She reached for my hand, but I stepped back gently. "I'm not angry anymore," I said. "But I can't go back to being someone's lesson." Her tears fell then, silent, heavy, real. "I just wanted to see what else was out there," she said through sobs. "And what did you find?" I asked quietly. She shook her head. "Nothing that felt like home." I nodded, swallowing the lump in my throat. Maybe that's the point. Sometimes you have to lose what's real to understand what love really means. That night, I went home alone, but not lonely. I stood in the doorway of our old bedroom, my bedroom now, and smiled at the peace that filled it. A year later, I heard she'd moved out of state, started fresh. I wished her well, truly. Because by the time she realized what she'd lost, I'd already found something far more valuable, myself. People always say love is about holding on, but sometimes, love is learning when to let go. Rachel taught me that. And though her choices shattered the life we built, they also freed me from a version of myself that was afraid of being alone. Now, every time I wake up to quiet mornings, sunlight spilling through my new home, I remind myself that peace isn't found in someone else's arms, it's built within. And if she ever sees me again, I hope she understands I'm not the man she left behind. I'm the man who learned that the grass isn't greener on the other side, It's greener where you choose to stay and grow.